Hey, I'm Chris. I'm 16, and my mom thought I was a rebellious teenager. You know why I was rebelling? Because she wouldn't let me use any traditional medicine or get vaccinated. Wow, I'm such a rebel. But she doesn't think that anymore, because I proved her wrong. Okay, so here's the deal. When I was 13 or 14, my mom believed in natural medicine, like oils, plants, and healing crystals. She was also against vaccines, so yeah, I was unvaccinated for a long time. My mom was so outspoken about all of this that every time any of my friends would come over, she would start telling them about the healing powers of crystals and how vaccines are all big conspiracy of greedy doctors. My friends would nod and say, yeah, yeah, and I would be so embarrassed. I would just cover my face with my hands and silently cringe. And of course, she would always post stuff on the internet about how dangerous vaccines are and how healthy I was. She could literally spend hours doing that, but it wasn't true. The worst things would happen when I got sick. She would try to heal me with crystals and make me drink some weird tea and stuff like that. And I would get sick a lot because, we wouldn't use any normal medicine or vaccines. Here's a secret. Healing crystals don't work. It's all a scam. I would spend way too long trying to heal from the simplest sicknesses, like the flu. And it got to the point that I was afraid to even go outside during winter. My mom would constantly hang out with other women who were into this stuff, so after a while she even started to talk about these kind of lizard people who wanted to take over the world. It was becoming truly unbearable, because I felt like she was going crazy, and every time I tried to talk to her about it, she would just say that I was brainwashed. But all of that changed in just 1 week. Well, not all of it, but most of it. One day, my mom got seriously sick. You see, she didn't get sick very often. She had a strong immune system because her parents treated her like a normal person when she was younger and got her things like medicine and vaccines. But this time, she was coughing constantly, so of course she was trying to use her oils, plants, and crystals to heal herself. And surprise, it didn't help. She was getting worse every day. At first, she was just coughing, but then she developed a fever. She was sweating, and she had chest pains. And I was saying to her, Mom, please, let's go to the doctor. And she would answer in her loopy state, No, it's all a big conspiracy. It's just all the bad stuff coming out of my body. The toxins. I was furious and panicking at the same time because my mom was acting stupid and I couldn't do anything about it. Or could I? Yes, it wasn't possible for me to just buy her medicine, and we didn't have anything at home, but at least I could ask my friends to bring me some from their homes. They did, and I was hiding some of it in my mom's food. Yeah, this may sound unethical or whatever, but I don't care. It was like she was dying. I had hoped that the medicine could help, but she actually found out about it. Maybe she could taste it. In her confused state, she actually got up from her bed and came to my room, all pale and sweaty, and said in a very rough and sickly voice, Christopher, did you try to poison me? It would be funny if it wasn't so scary. She was like a zombie. For a second, I really thought that this was the end. The zombie apocalypse had begun, and it was all caused by those stupid crystals. And then she suddenly lost consciousness and fell down. It wasn't funny anymore. I was panicking. I tried to wake her up and was screaming, Mom! Mom! But she wouldn't wake up. I immediately called an ambulance and tried to explain the situation as best I could, but I was still panicking until an operator calmed me down and I was able to explain everything. An ambulance came and took my mom to the hospital, and I was panicking all the way there, thinking that my mom might die. It turns out she had pneumonia, and they began her treatment immediately. The doctor said that it was a miracle that I didn't get infected myself, but it wasn't a miracle. In fact, I was very careful around Mom, always wearing a mask and disinfecting myself in every way I could. After some time, when she was feeling a little bit better and in a normal mental state, I finally got to talk to her in her room. She looked at me, smiled, and I almost wanted to cry because my mom was fine. But then I wanted to cry because she immediately disappointed me. Chris, bring me my Crystals. I couldn't believe what I'd heard, so I stood up and started shouting at my mom. You had pneumonia, Mom. You would be dead if doctors didn't help you. I stormed out of her room, went home, took all of her crystals and balms and oils and everything else she had, and put it all in a box, smashed it all, and threw it into the trash. When my mom finally got back from the hospital and found out what I did, she was really angry at me. But I said, I'm always sick because you don't give me a choice, and now I'm not giving you a choice. After that, she finally let me get vaccinated and even bought some medicine for the house. She didn't stop using all her stuff. In fact, she bought a bunch more of it. But at least I can be safe now. What's the moral of the story? Is it something about trust or parenting? No. It's don't use crystals to heal pneumonia. I know that people have different opinions on many aspects of life, but it's tough being a teenager sometimes because you don't have control over choosing what's right for yourself. Is there anything weird that your parents do? Share your stories in the comments and subscribe to this channel to get more stories like this one.